First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Makakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Salutation on Yakim, pushing his word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson, man, on how the feds had to come in and seize this nigga right here, who was actually kidnapping a woman, man. You know, he had a whole cell. Makeshift cell that he built in his garage, man, that he'll throw women in, man. All right, so this is the times we coming into, man, especially as all hell break loose, society collapses, no police to enforce these petty crimes. Yeah, all right. I mean, because, you know, kidnapping in itself is not considered petty, but when all hell breaks loose, that'll be a petty crime. Like who's gonna worry about a kidnapping when you got race riots going on? All right, when you got food shortages going on, you know how important is that one little woman? I mean, unless she has some brothers or, you know, significant other or people that, you know, really care about her, maybe a dad or whatever. I mean, ain't nobody's gonna stop everything they're doing to come find you when all hell breaks loose, when society collapses. All right. So, hey, you woman, man. I mean, the Lord puffed you up only to bring your ass down, man, to nothing, man. All right. And we coming into that time, man. I mean, because right now in this society, a woman done can pass the man, but real soon, all right, the tables are going to turn. The tables about to flip, man. Like overnight. It's going to be overnight when this shit happens. And I'm not saying this out of my own anger or spite towards women. You know, this is prophecy, man. All right. Because me personally, I don't have no problem getting a woman of all races, not just the so-called black woman or Latina woman. I get women of all races, you know, because the Lord allowed that to happen. You know, not to brag or boast, I say that humbly speaking, man, you know. But, you know, this shit is about to be the norm here, man, real soon, man. All right, so we'll play this video and get a couple precepts.
Announcement by the Portland FBI office today.
Federal investigators say they have a man in custody that they believe is responsible for kidnapping and locking up a woman. Tonight, we have team coverage of this developing story, from the latest on the investigation to reaction from the city where the suspect lives and a closer look at the suspect's history.
This case all started when investigators say 29-year-old Negasi Zuberi kidnapped a woman in Seattle back in July. Then they say he drove her to a home in Klamath Falls where he locked her in a makeshift cinder block cell in the garage before she was able to escape.
She realized that she needed to get out of that residence because her life was in danger, and she took the substantial steps to force her way out of that cell, and then she ran out into public, flagged down the first vehicle she could find, and then she was taken to safety.
The home where the woman was held was located on North El Dorado Avenue in Klamath Falls. Fox 12's Adrian Thomas is the only Portland reporter to travel there tonight. He joins us live with neighborhood reaction to Zuberi's arrest. Adrian?
Well, Pete, according to an unsealed FBI criminal complaint, this house behind us is where Negasi Zuberi allegedly held a woman captive in his garage in a makeshift cell after allegedly kidnapping her in Seattle. According to that complaint, this all happened in the early hours here on July 15th. One neighbor we spoke with says he and others nearby had no idea something so sinister was going on in this garage. Disturbing photos just released by the FBI show what appears to be a makeshift cinder block cell in the garage of this unassuming house in Klamath. Had no idea something so sinister was going on in this garage. Disturbing photos just released by the FBI show what appears to be a makeshift cinder block cell in the garage of this unassuming house in Klamath Falls.
See that, man? That shit got drywall and everything, man. You know, they got fucking drywall in there, man. Hold on, let me pause it on cue.
Had no idea something so sinister was going on in this garage. Disturbing photos just released by the FBI show what appears to be a makeshift cinder block cell in the garage.
See, man, that shit got a whole... I don't know why that shit keeps passing by. You see, Esau don't want this...
of this unassuming house in Klamath Falls. And Disturbing photos just released by the FBI show what appears to be a makeshift cinder block.
Yeah, Esau don't want people to get an idea how to do it, but basically, it looks like he has drywall. And the woman isn't strong enough. I don't care how much she's squatting and deadlifting in the gym, ass to the grass and all that. She's not strong enough to take down it looked like some drywall, man, and maybe some cement around it, you know, or some bricks, you know. So, hey, man, you see that? This is what's coming to your woman. It looks like a torture chamber. I mean, you know, some people get their death sentences, man. All right. So, hey, man, this is what you women, instead of being out willy-nilly free, going to bars, lounges, and clubs, happy hours and shit, what they call that shit, brunch. All right. All that shit's going to be taken away real soon, man. You know, this is going to be your new brunch in here, man. You know, your new ladies' night, happy hour, all that folly. It's going to happen in makeshift cells like this. You know, if you're not in the FEMA camp, because a lot of you women gonna willingly go into the FEMA camps when all hell break loose. You know, real soon. This is real soon. And here it is. We already in August. You know, this year is pretty much almost over when you think about it. Because what you have September, after August, September, October, November, December, man. So after this month, it's only 4 months left in the year, man. All right. So, you know, this is gonna be your future, man. For you wicked women out there, man. Right?
Cell in the garage of this unassuming house in Klamath Falls. In the FBI's criminal complaint, it states law enforcement obtained a search warrant for the house on July 16th. Lee Ashford, who lives just a block away, says at the time he and other neighbors didn't know what was happening.
We didn't know if it was FBI or state police or what, but they were here pretty much all day. And it just, obviously something was going on. It was, you know, we speculated along with everybody else we talked to, but didn't really know anything.
Ashford says he believes Zuberi had been living there for a short time and says there was zero indication there were any issues.
But stuff happens everywhere. You know, behind closed doors, who knows what's going on.
And back out here live, civil court documents in Klamath County that we've obtained show that Zuberi was renting this house from a couple that actually lives right down the street from here. We've tried to contact that couple multiple times, including knocking on their door and just to see if they would give us a comment on this situation, and we haven't been able to reach them. Live in Klamath Falls, Adrian Thomas, Fox 12 Oregon.
All right, Adrian, thank you. Meanwhile, Fox 12's Connor McCarthy has been covering this story all day and was at the FBI press conference this morning.
He joins us live in Northeast Portland to tell us more about the suspect and the potential for more victims. Connor?
Well, Pete and Riel, the FBI says they believe this case will have a national impact. But right now, Zuberi is being held in federal custody down in Reno, Nevada, after he was arrested the middle of last month. Now, FBI investigators do believe that there are potentially more victims in possibly 10 different states, and they're hoping with this case coming to light, more women will come forward. It's a case that sounds like something straight out of a horror movie.
The disturbing evidence uncovered to date points to an individual's ongoing and escalating pattern of violence targeting women in multiple states throughout the country.
The Portland FBI office believes this man, 29-year-old Negassi Zuberi, is responsible for kidnapping a woman in Seattle on July 15th by posing as a police officer, then driving nearly 500 miles to his home in Klamath Falls, Oregon, repeatedly sexually assaulting her along the way. Agents say the woman escaped Zuberi the same day, but it's what investigators found in his garage that was shocking.
When police responded to a 911 call in Klamath Falls, Oregon on July 15th, they discovered a makeshift cinder block cell with a metal door and a singular light bulb above for light.
Investigators believe the woman was locked up inside this makeshift cell for hours. They say she escaped by banging on the door of the cell until it eventually broke open, then running into the street where she was able to flag down a driver to call 911.
According to the complaint, the woman fought for her life, beating the doors and the walls of this cell with bloodied hands.
As investigators were looking for evidence in Zuberi's home, they tell us they found a notepad in his car with notes of his plan. We're told he called the alleged kidnapping Operation Takeover, where he would look for a woman who, quote, doesn't have a bunch of people in their life. Then another page shows a drawing of where he wanted to dig 100 feet down.
He's looking for women that are like basically loners, man. Because, you know, you got a lot of like women that are not really, even women that look good, man, bad as hell, but they're not real social, you know. They don't have a big community or circle, social club, like on social media. They may only have, they look good or at least poppable, but they only got like 100 friends on social media. In real life, they may have like 2 friends, you know what I mean? And their friends are grown now, so their friends got a whole family of their own, so they ain't got time to, you know, check on the welfare of that particular individual, all right? So this is what's to come, man, you know? So, hey, man, really, you women should be getting with men of the Lord if you're smart, man, because that's your only hedge of protection, man, for the times to come, man, all right?
Down and create a space made out of waterproof concrete and foam insulation. With the evidence investigators found, they believe there are more victims in 10 different states on both coasts of the country.
And her will to survive triggered a law enforcement response that may have actually saved many other women from a similar nightmare.
Zuberi was found in a Reno, Nevada shopping mall parking lot with his wife and child the same day the woman escaped. There was a brief standoff, but he was eventually taken into custody. He's now waiting for extradition back to Oregon.
I want to thank the brave women who fought for their lives to get us
where... Thing is a brave woman. Woman is the ultimate coward, man. That's what this society promotes. A tough woman, strong, brave woman. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know? Get the fuck out of here. That Hollywood shit, man. That feminist shit.
We are here today. Now it is our turn to take their burden and fight for them, any other victims out there, and seek justice.
Well, Pete and Nora, the FBI did say that they have identified at least 4 other victims, but they did not say which states they're from. Now, Zuberi does face 2 federal charges, including interstate kidnapping and crossing state lines with an individual with the intent to commit a criminal sexual act. Now, if he is convicted of these 2 counts, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. Live in Northeast Portland, Connor McCarthy, Fox 12 Oregon.
All right, Connor, thank you. A suspect has been arrested, but the work is far from over in this case. As we mentioned, investigators believe there may be other victims.
Now, today, Fox 12 Now's Greg Nibbler spoke with a local law school professor about this case.
What would be some of the reasons, and just to ask the basic questions, what would be some of the reasons that we didn't get more information about any other potential victims or anything else that they believe he may have done?
You know, we sort of generally think that we're looking toward a trial down the road. And so if you have a trial, one of the things that the prosecution will be obligated to do is to enter into discovery and
116th court. The complaint also released November of last year through March of this. Well, we did find that there were 2 cases filed in Clark County Superior Court involving Negassi Zuberi. One involves a restraining order. The other was an eviction complaint. Our team went through dozens of pages of court documents that show alleged kidnapping suspect Negassi Zuberi lived in a Vancouver neighborhood from at least November of last year through March of this year. According to the eviction complaint filed in November, Zuberi lived in a home on Northeast 116th Court. The complaint also alleges that Zuberi was responsible for several violations, according to the property's manager, including changing the locks of the unit without permission and keeping and selling dogs on the property. According to court records, the situation was then settled out of court. The other case filed involved a restraining order from a neighbor. The court documents were filed in March of this year and accused Zuberi of harassment and threats of violence towards a neighbor, including a text message that allegedly said, quote, "I'm going to F you up," along with references to police calls that Zuberry was, quote, about to do something bad. The restraining order also alleges that police records state someone had been, quote, punched in the face at the residence. The documents also showed the neighbor requested the protection order to be in place for more than a year to, quote, keep myself, my wife, and my children safe. According to court records, Nagasi filed a restraining order in response to that neighbor. Both were dismissed by a judge. We sent a crew out to the neighborhood this afternoon to hear from people who may remember Zuberry. They tell us there were often many people in the home, up late hours, with lots of noise.
We moved in about 6 months ago. There was just always a bunch of dogs barking over there. We never saw any movement, any people moving around. Just a bunch of dogs barking and trash piled up. There's law enforcement coming in and out quite frequently.
That neighbor went on to say that while he never thinks he met Zuberry, he was aware that he moved out about a month or two ago. And since then, he says things have been quiet at the home. And we will have more on this developing story throughout the night here on Fox 12 and on KPTV.com. Reporting in studio tonight, Stephanie Domerat, Fox 12 Oregon.
All right, Steph, very interesting. Thank you. And here's a look at where the case stands tonight. Zuberry is currently in jail outside of Reno, Nevada. He's awaiting extradition back to Oregon to face kidnapping and other charges in the case. We're working to find out when that will happen. Investigators are now hoping any other potential victims come forward in the 10 states where they know he lived. Those are Oregon, Washington, California, Colorado, Utah, Florida, New York, New Jersey, Alabama, and Nevada.
If you believe you have been a victim or have any information concerning this
man was terrorizing every coast of Babylon, man, allegedly, right? So, you know, hey, that's what's to come to you hoes out here, man. You know? Because you made this place your rest, man, you know? You made this place your rest, man, and you know, played the harlot, played the whore here in America, man. So the Lord raises up what? Spirits of vengeance, man. You know? Spirits created for vengeance. All right? This is why, order needs to be established on the earth, man. From Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So incidents like this won't happen no more in the kingdom, man. All right? This guy was a literal serial rapist. You know what I mean? A literal serial rapist / kidnapper / whatever. Yeah, so, you know, who knows what methods he used to lure these women in, because, you know, woman is not the smartest thing. All right, it's easy to deceive a woman, even though they're the ultimate deceivers, but it's easy to deceive them. You know, if you spit the right game or say the right thing to them, let them know it's a party or whatever, and they'll be in a stranger's house in a heartbeat. And then when they get there, like, oh, where's everyone at? Oh, yeah, they're coming. They said they was on their way. You know, it's traffic going on or some shit is going on. It was an accident. Just hang tight. And next thing you know, they all bottled up in someone's garage, man. Garage sale. So this is Ezekiel 9:6. Slay utterly old and young. Actually, yeah, I think it's a little bit more weak. This is Ezekiel 9. And I'm going to start in 4. Yeah, 4 is the point. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is talking about Israel, because we're a people before a place. And more than likely the woman he kidnapped were Israelite women, you know. Or a woman that likes Israelite men, you know, because I believe that's a bugged out nigga, you know. That's a bugged out nigga. And the whole time he had a whole wife, but hey, you know, he's trying to, you know, be Mr. Player Pimp on this side, man. You know? So, hey, man, shit's about to go down, man. You know? This is the spirit that's on the earth, because most men are sexless or sex deprived. Even if you're in a relationship, you're sex deprived, because guess what? Your woman, she'll lure you in with, and what they call it, box on demand for like maybe the first year or two. And then, after that, she's going to ration it out. When your relationship starts to become long-term, she starts to ration it out in order to meet her agenda, because that's the same game plan they play, every last one of them, man. All right. That's why, really, men's supposed to have multiple women, but the society is just fucked up, man. Where women have multiple men, man, all right? The average woman has multiple men in the DMs or whatever, all right? Let me make sure my do not disturb is on for Locky. And it says, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. That's why we do these lessons. That's why we go out and do the street preaching. All right, because we putting that vibration out of Israel, man, and whoever can receive it, can receive it, man. All right. So who's that's going to receive it? The 1/3, starting with the men, man. All right, then it trickles down to the women and children, man. All right. But the scriptures right here says the men, because everything starts with the man. Before the child can get it, before the woman can get it, the man has to get it. So everything starts with the men. All right, we're the true leaders, man, not women, man. Don't believe in this society's feminist agenda, promoting women's liberation, woman rulership. Women's got the final answer, because even in the society, to get a box in the society, the woman has to have the final answer. You know what I mean? Because a woman could easily say, oh, the man raped me or sexually assaulted, I wasn't ready. A woman could easily say that, and Esau will run with it, man. Esau perform a rape kit on a woman and all types of shit. You might have smacked her ass too hard. He's taking pictures of your palm print on her ass cheek. The society is fucking wicked as hell, man. Because really it's best not to have a woman, but, men such as myself, and we have a lot of testosterone, a lot of frustrations and then so you release it on a woman, man, by what, having sex. All right. And it said a mark, and that mark is the wall. That's that exempt from judgment, man. The wall in the Hebrew, upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst of. And there's many abominations done here, man. I don't have to name every last one of them. But we're getting on these women, man. That's the title at hand, man. Just getting on these whores. All right. And it says, verse 5, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. So, hey, you want to have men out here smiting, man, smoking shit, killing, drilling shit, all right? The man of the Lord with spiritual power, man, all right? Man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Then you even 2/3, man, gonna be after it, but they gonna get put down. They gonna be after it, then get put down. But the man of the Lord, we gonna be out here getting busy, man. Just say the scriptures. It says, let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. So the Lord's gonna put a merciless spirit on us, man. You're gonna be just like the death angels, man. Read point blank, the death angels don't shed a tear when they put a nigga to death, a 2/3 nigga. The Lord's gonna put that same spirit of vengeance upon us, man. Why? Because these people hate the Most High, and they're enemies, man. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young. So it don't matter if you old and feeble in your 80s, 90s, 100s, 70s. Don't matter, man. If you're a 2/3, you're a 2/3, man. The Lord wants you. The Lord wants you, man. Hey, the Lord just He made you old so you could feel that pain even more. Because that's one thing older people or elderly people, that's one symptom of being elderly, man, is that pain, man. You know, your knees, your joints is fucked up. Your body ain't functioning like it used to be because you know when you was young, you was doing a whole bunch of partying, smoking, drinking, excess drinking. So now you're old and feeble. You know, even if you're old and in shape, that pain's still gonna hit you, man. Both maids and little children. So maids, man, talking about women, children, and woman. So it says woman, what, two times, man. Maids and woman, man. Because, you know, woman, man, scriptures say all wickedness in the apocalypse, but little to the wickedness of a woman, man. So the woman, a woman is a conniving, backstabbing, manipulating creature, man, you know. Yeah, a woman may be fair to look at, decent to look at, but her mind is full of snares and nets, man. You know, a woman's so evil, she's trying to, she even use those snares and nets upon her female friends, upon her family, her dad, uncle, whatever, man. She got one family member that likes her, that gives her money or whatever. Oh yeah, she gonna keep manipulating the nigga and feeding her more, man, feeding her pockets even more. But come not near any man. So it says, come not near any man, right? Upon whom is that mark? It's talking about the Tawah again, man. So that goes to show you in that day, we gonna know who's part of the elect. That's why the scriptures say at that time, then it shall be known who are my chosen, man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. You gonna see that glow, man. Whatever light that shine forth out of that brother. You know, you gonna see, okay, yeah, that's a brother right there. You part of the elect. You know, in that time, the Lord's gonna reveal all secrets, man. He's gonna reveal the elect, man, and the 2/3, man. All right. I'm like, okay, you don't got that light, that Tawah. Hey, you a 2/3. It's open season on you. And it says, and begin at my sanctuary. So it's just gonna begin with if Yashara. Have you seen a quick clip, you know, of Jake, Pamela, and Esau? But hey, Esau's gonna get his get back, man. You know, Jake's celebrating like they won the Super Bowl. 2/3, right? I mean, of course, we know the bigger picture. But 2/3, they celebrating like they won the Super Bowl. You know, they got memes and shit of chairs. I'm pretty sure, you know, whoever's watching this video seen that clip in Alabama by now. You know, Jake's celebrating like they won the Super Bowl. But guess what? You know, Esau's gonna get his get back, man. He's gonna clap back at you niggas, man. I don't know how the Lord's about to do it, but hey, I don't want about to zab, man. That clap back happened, man. To shake these niggas up, man. Sooner than later. Of course it's gonna happen, but Lord willing to happen sooner than later. You know, we're in the month of August, so Lord willing it happens this month, man, or next month, all right? Because August, September, these are transitional months, man. Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house, all right? So that was it on that. This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hey, these women are at ease in the society, you know. And they got 100 niggas in their phone book. You know, they can call or text any one of these niggas to come over and have sex on demand. You know, within 10 minutes, nigga come faster than an Uber Eats delivery driver. You know, ready to jump in them draws. You know, that's how these women operate, these wicked women. I'm talking about the wicked women out here, which majority of these women are fucking wicked. Evil, wicked, selfish, you know, faithless bastards, man. You know. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Yeah, these women are careless, man. They live recklessly. That's why the number one woman when it kind of STDs is the so-called black woman. Then you have the Latina woman right behind her, man. All right, Native American woman and shit. All right, you Pocahontas, man. You right behind the black woman, man. You Pocahontas, man. And it says, many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless woman. Yeah, these women are going to be troubled. Just like these women that this nigga, man, the spirit created for vengeance. This evil nigga, which I'm not condoning what he did, man. That's an evil, wicked nigga. You know, he had these women locked up in a garage, man. All right. Turn the garage into a cell, man. Because, you know, you got people that actually rent out garages, you know. Like, you know, maybe all the bedrooms are occupied, so they say, look, I'll live in the fucking garage. Which a garage is not the place to live in, man. You know, the garage is like spiders easily get access to garages. That's like living in a shed, man. You know, the shed is full of spiders, insects, flies, you know, because it's like a cool place for them to seek shelter in the summer, hot summer days, man. And then in the wintertime, these sheds and garages, they're warmer than what it is outside, man. So these bugs, these critters, they go into these garages and sheds, man. All right. And it says, many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless one, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come, man. Yeah, man, these Captain Save-A-Hole niggas, they not gonna come save you. Which the ultimate Captain Save-A-Holes are the police force. You know, the police ain't gonna, that's gonna be considered a non-crime, a petty crime, man. Because it's gonna be a lawless society, so a woman getting kidnapped, they're like, man, so what? Don't you see what's happening out here? America's crumbling as we speak, you know. We at the climax of the movie. So what? That bitch got kidnapped. So what? She's a sex slave. That's gonna be a common thing, man. You're gonna have a lot of women getting pummeled to death in that day, man. Because you know that's these men nowadays. They understand what women are doing. You know what I mean? They understand the game they're playing. You know, they going for like 90% of women go for the top 10% of men. You know what I mean? So what does that leave the middle man? The average everyday man, all right, that leaves him sexless. All right. He's a sexless creature, man. So, you know, they want to release their frustrations when all hell breaks loose. Because if there weren't no police, best believe more women would be getting snatched up. If there was no police, women would be getting snatched up every second, man. Especially the way they come outside naked. They don't dress like women, they dress like harlots, like whores. All right. And it says, many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, the vintage shall fail, man. All your scriptures say you're gonna lament for the teats, man. You know, the benefits. You're gonna cry for the benefit. Oh, social media. Uber Eats. The gym. You're gonna cry for all that shit real soon. Verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Yeah, these women are at ease, man. And so, hey, guess what? You're gonna tremble. And this is be troubled, you careless ones. And you're gonna be super troubled, man. Because Jacob's trouble is really gonna affect you women, man. Because you women can't defend for yourself. All right. Strip you and make you bear and gird sackcloth upon your lords. You're gonna be wearing sackcloth, man. You're gonna be wearing literal tablecloths and shit, man. Because guess what? That flimsy clothes, or what you call clothes, which ain't clothes, man, because it don't cover you. You know, that shit's gonna shred apart easily in that day when you running for your life, when all hell breaks loose. It says they shall lament for the teacher. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The benefits. You don't cry for the benefits. The what they call the welfare programs, entitlement programs. You know, the simps. You're gonna lament for the simps. You're gonna wish all them simps you turned down, rejected. You know, you got the Melly Monaco show. Oh, pineapple. Which for pineapple means next nigga. Next. All them niggas you dismiss, you gonna wish you had in that day, man. And ain't nothing gonna fend for you. Ain't nothing gonna unless you a woman of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Alright. A part of the elect woman, the 1/3 woman of so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Then you got your Israelite foreigners that descended on their forefathers' lineage, right? Unless you fit that mold, you know, you gonna be out of there. Hey, with me, I personally believe the majority of women that's gonna make it is gonna be like the Israelite foreigner woman. You know, you got a lot of Filipino women here that's real humble, you know. Things like that, man. I believe those are gonna be the majority of women that make it, not you nigga woman. You know. You got some, you know, you got certain women, you know, they think they are Koreans or they think they are Asians, they think they, you know, whatever, right? It's gonna be some weird, it's gonna be like, whoa, they Israelites, man. Which we not gonna be taken by surprise, the majority of Jacob is, man. But they gonna be the ones that make it, man. Not you fucking tatted up Keisha's. It's gonna be some of y'all gonna make it, man. But y'all ain't gonna be the majority, in my opinion, man. You know. And then the young woman too, man. All right. They gonna get up out of here too. But I'm talking about grown women. What kind of you grown woman, man? I believe it's gonna be Israelite born women. Cause, you know, they still act like women. And it says, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you. You see, it says careless twice, man. A woman is reckless, man. Strip you, make you beard and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Yeah, you're gonna have your wine, your mimosas. You know, you like to go to the bar, get you a mimosa. You're gonna have your mimosas in there. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city, all right. So, hey, man. I ain't gonna have none of that shit, man. None of that shit you like, man. Your smartphones, your smart TVs, your smart tablets. You know, all that shit's gonna come to naught in that day, man. All right. So, hey, man, it's really about to go down, man. You know, this is the tone that's being set upon the earth is, you know, destruction, man. You know, especially upon you women, man. All right. Because feminism done brought this society down very, very low. That's why the scriptures say wickedness shall increase in the last days. Really, it all stems from Esau ruling, but Esau promotes what? Feminism. That's one of his main promotions, man, of wickedness is feminism. Because if you get the woman out of order, then the woman's gonna teach the children to be out of order, man. And that's what you see today. That's what's been going on since the fucking 60s, man, to now. This is 1 Timothy 2:15. And then you take the man out the house, of course, right? Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. They continue in the faith of charity and holiness and sobriety, all right? So, hey, man. So a woman's going to be saved in childbearing, man. You know, through what? Sex, man, all right? All right, sex, man. So I'm going to end it there, man. Till next time, shalom.